to the team that finished in 7th in the Atlantic Division last season, the Detroit Red Wings, who are in an interesting spot now where people are, and you could argue rightfully or maybe a bit rushed, but talking about whether or not the Yzer plan is working. But at this stage, I sense more optimism amongst Red Wings fans for the sole fact that Alex DeBrincat will be on their top line this season alongside Dylan Larkin and Lucas Raymond, most likely. But then you get to some of the other questions about that lineup. Like, the forward core itself is solid, but will they have that like true upper echelon guy? They have the potential for it. Their defense is an NHL franchise mode defense, is the only way to put it. Yes. Of just this jumbled, like, oh, when the hell did that guy get there? Right now, Cap Friendly has it as Jake Wallman and Moritz Seider, Ben Sherratt and Jeff Petrie.
Yeah, that was weird.
Shane Gostisbehere and Justin Hall. And then Oli Mata as a healthy scratch at the moment. Very, very weird. And then goaltenders Ville Husso and James Reimer. I don't know what to make of this team, because I do see the cause for optimism. I could see them making the playoffs. I could see them being kind of mid. I feel like there's a lot of teams in this particular division, knowing that at most only 5 teams can make the playoffs, and do you expect 5 Atlantic teams to make the playoffs? I don't know about that with the Metro, of course, that we'll talk about next week, but I genuinely do not know what to make of the Detroit Red Wings right now.
Sorry, go ahead, Sin. I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, when I look up and down their cap-friendly page, and I'm looking at the forwards right now in particular, I'm seeing a lot of guys who were like first-round picks and like they haven't quite maybe panned out the way you'd expect them to. I mean, I'm thinking of even, you can list Daniel Sprong in that, who's now 26, Michael Rasmussen, Christian Fischer, Joe Veleno. There's a lot of these question marks there, and then some solid guys, and then they've signed some veterans like Perron. Honestly, I could really see them finishing in the basement. I don't see it. I'm going to be honest. I don't see it. I don't see what Yzerman sees in this roster. I simply don't see it. And with the Atlantic Division making the strides that they've made, and I don't know, man. Like, I obviously still love their draft pick of goddamn, now I'm blanking on the name. Seider. I love him. He's fantastic. Like, he's going to be the new prototype for defensemen. You know, you think back to when Carlson kind of took over, everyone wanted an offensive defenseman. He was like the prototype. I think when Seider really hits his stride, everyone's going to want someone like that. And you're kind of seeing it a little bit with Owen Power. It's bigger defensemen who play both sides of the puck really well. I think the time is over for these pure offensive defensemen, unless you're Cale Makar level. And let's be honest, there's only one Cale Makar. I don't care what EA says. Adam Fox is not a franchise. It's Cale Makar only. And so, yeah, I think Mo Seider that's my bold prediction. He's going to be the incredible two-way threat who's going to be probably putting up 50-plus points a season while being a really good shutdown and having that physical game.
I can't disagree with it. I mean,
but other than that, their roster's like, what? Like, I don't know. I just don't see it. And I'm ready to be surprised by Yzerman, but now it's like, man, I mean, he already struck gold once. Can he just not do it again? Did we get bamboozled in Tampa?
Yeah, their goalie situation is really, really weird too. Like Reimer, Husso, Hutchison too. So hopefully he can get a revival there.
Remember what I said about a franchise-like team of just like, yeah, those guys are all there.
Yeah.
Now, this is NHL 21's 3 years into franchise mode. That's
Basically,
what this roster is.
Yes.
or with me, I'm 10 years in, and I'm like, oh, they got Vasilevsky as the backup. Wait, they scratched Kucherov.
I think too. You said you don't know what to describe this team as. I think you can describe them as that Homer Simpson meme where he's all macho-y at the front, and then the back's all his fat like plugged together.
Oh
And
god.
it's like, look at our forwards, and then you look back and you see the defense, and you're like, okay. As someone who personally watched Ben Sherratt and Jeff Petrie, I can tell you the only reason they were somewhat good was because Carey Price was back there for most of the time. I am so glad they're not on my team anymore. I don't know how Wings fans are going to put up with that pair.
I'm excited to find out. That's the only thing I can say at this stage, because this division in particular is wonky.